Now, the next game I play is one I've been told is very good. It's much more. Whoa. Uh-oh. This might be hard to capture. No, okay, it's capturing. Yep, it's a horror game. Meant to be all kinds of fucked up. Have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings and there are no wrong decisions. This is a love story. Let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. So this is a what do you call it? Visual novel type game. Skip to unseen text. Yeah. Always a good idea in a visual novel to have the ability to skip to text you haven't seen, especially when it's a visual novel that you will be repeatedly going through. I'm doing this. It's perfect timing that I finished my last game yesterday because this updated version just came out today. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh, if I move my mouse around.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh. Explore. I guess explore would be just questions. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
That's a lot of dead things. But how could a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a
My
very
sources, I
important
made it the
task?
fuck up.
You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
If you consider that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked
While
up.
I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course,
Egg.
you do your job and slay her.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Based. Can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
You're the narrator.
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I
You're
wish
the
I
narrator.
did.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but Surely you're not one of those, right?
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Forget it, I'm not doing
Are
this.
you serious? No, you have to do it.
Look, I'll go into the cabin, I'll talk to her, and she's bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. So let's get over with, silently continue, turn around and leave. Let's make that top one.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Oh, I should turn on auto.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this,
Yeah,
right?
there we go. I don't have to
She's a
worry about
princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
the voice of the hero.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm the hero. Wait, what? Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note
Little, like,
is a
pencil
plain
drawn
wooden
style.
table. Perched on that table
Everything's moving
is a
just a little
pristine
bit.
blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh, my pointer just turned into a dagger. That's good. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her
Lives
voice
here.
carries up the stairs.
Statement.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you.
As if she's
It's
captured
all
you,
part
that's
of the
not who
manipulation.
is. Hey, I'm here. I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the
She's chained
stairs
up.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Okay, voice
You
in
weren't
my head.
kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Got a knife. Ha ha ha. I haven't decided.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Hey, I'm here to slay the
You
princess.
poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward,
Oh yeah.
your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm
Honestly,
probably
kinda
chained
what
up
I
in the
thought she-
basement for a reason, right?
I
And if that
think her
knife
voice
is the only
sounded
weapon you
for some
have,
reason.
you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
You sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping it. Slay them.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red.
Damn!
You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Finish the job.
With the last bit of your
Oh,
will,
no!
you press
Big
forward,
stab.
sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh, my arms. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell?
Oh,
The two of
Oh,
you
I've got, like,
collapse
a
on the floor together,
Bird arm.
rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
I never gave
It's
the
like
pointer a
she's
thought.
convinced she can't die.
Like a bird person.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Who am I
This
talking
whole thing's a crock of shit.
that she
She's just
did.
going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Huh.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her.
Interesting.
You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said, we've just met for the first time, you and I.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did exactly what you said.
We killed her.
Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, in which case I shouldn't be held accountable for what supposedly happened.
Nobody ever believes
Congratulations,
the time.
you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else. She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this. That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
She wants to stab me. I want to stab her. Let's talk about this.
Just be
princess.
quick about it.
We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen
Like
again?
I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
I don't know. Who's the voice of the cheating? All she did last time around was stab me to death. How can someone like that end the world?
She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given, so long as you remember that.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this
People
place?
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this following on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the
Because of
only
the
person
story,
capable
I'm
of doing
written to
this.
be the person to
Call
do
it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
If anyone's special here, it's her. That was a nasty trick she pulled on us.
What the hell does that mean? You're being cagey. What aren't you telling
I've told
me?
you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job
Being
more difficult.
complicated. Instead of just simple. Oh,
You
yeah,
didn't tell us
simple. Go
about her
instead.
knife last time, though.
She has a knife.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Sure, let's try again. What if I just don't talk to her? Like
A
you said?
warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior
Oh,
of
that's
the cabin
gross.
is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on
That's
the wall.
because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
No, there
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in
It's
here
not
without all
arguing.
of this
It's just
extra
saying no to
noise.
everything I say. No, I'm not. I care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome
I
I
care
am.
less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous
I'm a
as a
person
mirror,
with
what
multiple
else is he hiding
personalities,
from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I want to try to go stab the princess again, but I'm very
Feels a bit
curious
better
about
to
that
have a
mirror
weapon in
now.
our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
I don't have a reflection. Oh, the dusty.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope
What
you know
is
how
my
ridiculous
arm?
you look right now.
Am I a lizard
It was there a
person
second
or
ago.
bird person or?
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Cool. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the
She's
rhythmic
definitely got a
scraping
weapon
of
now.
metal coming from down
Oh,
below.
she's unarmed.
If
Bullshit.
the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you. That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
That
There is something
sounds
so wrong with that
odd.
voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the
That's
princess comes into
a
view,
hallway.
her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Why does she sound like that?
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
This is very interesting.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Do I even bother talking? Oh wow, that is a lot of options! Holy shit, that is a lot of options! What if I don't even bother talking to her and just screw it, slay the princess?
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Not ours, right?
Hers at first, then yours.
Hee.
Ow! What did she even
What?
hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade
What
she
am
impaled
I?
you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of
Oh
her thigh,
shit, what the
where the
fuck?
blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
Cool.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
That
With a twist of her
man.
knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Arms Race.
You're on a path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Am I advancing this quicker than I probably should be?
What? The interior of the cabin is
Whoa!
sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
It's the mirror again.
I feel dizzy.
Something's not right.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running
The
isn't
hunt.
an option anymore. We have to fight.
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight,
Stubborn?
no one can win, and if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched.
We take it.
He's just taking the
sure,
reins
you
now.
take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
Cheated, stubborn hero.
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
Sketched out.
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
There's no door though.
But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again.
There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
Interesting.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
I've also noticed the mirror isn't jostling like everything else is. Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Just keep killing her. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward
there
and
was
place your
nothing
hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
I mean, that's how it worked last time.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
And the music cut out.
You step forward, but
that is
you
a
don't
slide.
get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are
Don't tell
smooth
me
and
I
flat
died
and
again.
metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But
Why
don't
does she
worry
sound
about
like
how
a
bad you did last time.
TikTok
That's
voice?
part of the fun.
That's
She's
gotta
got
be what
another
they're
thing
going for,
coming
a
if she
weird
thinks we're
TikTok
going
voice.
down easy again. Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it.
Nothing
We just
bad.
need to
Meanwhile,
find a
look
way
at what
to
the fuck is
win
going on around
once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
So it's
The
going like
past
alternate
isn't
realities
real.
type thing.
There's only here and now. Your internal
Holy
bickering is
shit!
cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening
Awesome.
with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's
Don't come at
loose,
me.
and she is coming for you.
Holy fuck.
You're going to make me walk over to
Knives
you,
for
aren't you?
arms.
Shit. She's coming for us, and I'm out of ideas.
Oh wow, that's a lot of options. I'm sure none of them works. All of these ideas suck. Think
Yeah,
of something
that's
better.
right. We just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time to finish your
shit.
thought. In a moment, she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight.
Dodge to the side, you dipshit.
She skewers you. Ow.
Move!
What a surprise. Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
There was two of them.
You're on a...
Popped up.
No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
Am I stabbed?
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
4? 3?
This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances.
This is so wild.
Okay, whatever
This is
we do
already
gets us
fucking
another
just
us.
completely gone nuts.
Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving.
Come on, show me something new.
Okay, plan now.
Skeptic. Huh. Going to fight her again, gonna have a stiff upper lip about it. If she can't hurt us, if we don't let ourselves feel it. Doesn't work, she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflicts that transpires. Jesus!
She's going to kill this body either way. So
Cold.
stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you skewer yourself.
Oh, it's going through the different
I
options.
thought we
I'm
both
guessing.
understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
She's got more blades in
That
their
didn't do
arms
much
now.
of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
What's the point? It's all the same.
I think she's getting more and more
Excuse you.
knives the more I die.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Yeah, it's just going through every option.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
Nice.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Just panic. Flee.
There's so many knives.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 4, Mutually Assured Destruction. Turn autoplay
Well,
off for a
don't
minute.
lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
Pause it for a second. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, this is rapidly gone off the walls.
Oh.
Everything
Yeah,
feels
that's
like it
fair.
finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Oh, what if we throw it out the
Contrarian.
window? Over my dead body. That won't
There's
be
so
very
many
hard.
voices already.
You've died a
Yeah.
lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so
Love this
very
written so much.
many times than at the sharp
Hands of a beautiful woman. I'm sure I
She
can think
talks
of a better
weird.
way
I don't
to
like
die.
it.
Cool.
Princess.
They're all the same, really.
There.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally
There's so many
manifest
tentacles. They all
anything.
popped
Yeah.
up so quickly.
The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
narrator. We heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter
Smitten.
with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
So many other
Don't care,
voices.
just want to win.
Don't care. Moving on.
Fine. You make
Oh,
your way to the
boy.
basement, where the princess awaits you.
I don't like her.
She talks.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stick
She
yourself
sounds
back
like the
together.
TikTok voice.
Yeah.
But I
like
guess
this
we're not
situation
done.
or in
Yeah.
general?
That's okay with me.
This one.
It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
It's the speech mannerisms and then
I'm
the
not going
high
to wait for
pitched
an answer.
Cheery.
I'm just gonna show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait, and
Yeah,
not for
no,
very
it's
long.
just-
I
That's
found
not
this
because I can do
dog
it
on
right
the
now.
side of the road. It's just like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
The fucking narrator.
How
gonna
many
say what she
fucking
does?
times have you done?
Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's
Oh,
skin
Jesus
twists,
Christ.
splitting into red blooms of
Oh.
raw meat as it stretches and tears.
Jeez,
Then
made of
it
knives.
erupts. It becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades.
That's awesome.
A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
It's one of the first ones I had.
Are you ready for what comes next?
No.
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Smitten's really sad monster fucker.
Yeah,
Like,
I vibe with that.
Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it? This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit.
How am I supposed to go up against something made of? Empty your mind.
It's so quiet.
Cool. Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Do not act, and yet through the inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
nice.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound and the faster the momentum volleys between you. Endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal, neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. I didn't pay attention to what Ichigo said. You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away, and you left something in her place. Check with Ichigo. Water and steel. Master yourself and vanquish a sharp foe. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards that glass. Time for you to see what's in it. The body. It's you. The fuck?
Despite everything, it's still you.
You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Hey.
Something finds me in the long quiet
What the
and
fuck?
brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The creature was upside down.
Hands. Attack the entity? Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Destroy your body. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights? What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do you know the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes.
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What the fuck? Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
That's
I
specific.
am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished. Dry. Hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you? What?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Can you not hear me talking?
Everything that you said. Oh, can you not hear me?
Oh, is it doing that lagging thing where the voices take super long to get to you? Oh. Oh, my Discord is taking a shit. I'm gonna pause this recording.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm not going back. Wait.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh, Oh, no, game just fucking closes. Oh, I love it when games do that.
Nice.
Oh, and then it updates. That's the best. I'm just gonna cut the recording here.